What is up? Welcome. Come on in. This is um, a pop up sneak preview of what we're going to do tomorrow. Those that are watching the replay, thank you all so much for watching the replay. This is going to be, as they say, quick, fast, and in a hurry. I have just got done busy day, working on myself, handling some business, and I'm jumping on with you now for just a few moments to give you a sneak peek of what's going to happen tomorrow. And I'm probably going to delete this. So go ahead and get in where you fit in. Blessings to you. Miss Williams, blessing. Share it on your Facebook page. So good. So good. That is such a good thing. I didn't even ask you to share, and you shared. Blessings to you. Stacy, what is up? Glad to see you on a Saturday night. Ebony, hello. Blessings to you. Buffalo, New York, I see you. All of you, as you are coming in, this is going to be extremely quick. It's just a preview of tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday night prayer, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, is going to be one for the ages. I want to make this quick because I want my brother, Rodney Massey, to stay for the whole live. I want him to stay for the whole live. I want him to hear the whole thing. And so I want it to be quick. All right. So we're going to get into this. Good evening, Pastor Doris. Hello. Thank you all. Y'all jumping in here tonight. For all of you who are jumping in. Stacy says, hello, Rodney. What is up, brother? Yes. And also, I want to make this good, not only short, then so that I can keep Rodney's attention. He can stay on with us tonight. Tanya, hello. Thank you for sharing. Miss Kirkdon, Deborah. That is not the love symbol. That is the circle symbol. Inner circle. That's what that means. And so those of you who have followed me for the last couple of weeks, you know that I'm going to talk about the inner circle at some point tonight because we are about 24 hours away from closing the inner circle for this year. Sherry, what is up? How are you? Have you all shared yet? Have you said hello, commented? Have you done anything yet to help us out, to get this message out, to let people know that we're on? This is not our regular time, but we are jumping on tonight on all of my platforms, my Facebook page, my Pastor C. Terrell Week page, my YouTube channel. We're just on here tonight. Blessings to you. Blessings to you as well. Thank you for sharing. All right, let me jump into this. So tomorrow we are going to pray about and talk about a message that I think is going to be one for the ages and a prayer that's going to be so important, entitled "The Flood Is Coming." All right, and I've not shared, so let me go ahead and share. I like to practice what I preach and preach what I practice. So let me share. While I'm sharing, hey Yolanda, somebody type in "The flood is coming." While I'm sharing, somebody type in "The flood is coming." The flood is coming. All right, I'm going to share to a few of my groups. All right, done. See, that was quick. Done and done. The flood is coming. All right. So this is going to be a prophetic warning in a sense. The flood is coming. It's going to be like a prophetic warning, but we're going to give and offer tomorrow the right prayer. As you all know, I wrote this book. I have a copy right next to me called "The Right Prayer Can Change Everything." So tomorrow we're going to talk about how the flood is coming, but we're going to pray the right prayer to overcome the flood. some years ago, I think about 3 years ago, I went to Hawaii with my wife. Very long flight from Illinois, like 2.5 hours. So we get to Hawaii, our first time there, and it is beautiful. We went to Kona, the big island. It was amazing. I have to tell you all some of the stories later, but just a beautiful time. Well, we were there for like 7 days, 7, 8 days. And the day before we left, we decided to visit the beach. And we get to this beach and we're excited because we've explored the island. We've had so much fun. Um, just an amazing time. So we go to this beach and I see these little kids jumping in the water, having all type of fun. And I'm there. I got my shorts on. My wife has a swimsuit on, and we have already decided that we're going to get in this water. We are going to get in the water. And so the lifeguard at the beach says that the waters are really rough. So be careful. And he gives instructions that you don't want to go over the waves, that when you get in, you want to go under the waves. And we're at this beach. I cannot remember the name. I will have to ask my wife. But this beach, every day you come back, it can look different based on how the water hits it, what the water does to the rocks, to the sand. These waves are coming in hard right on the shore. And so when I was younger, I used to be a junior lifeguard. And so I'm like, no big deal. And I'm walking out like to get in the water and the waves are coming, they're up to like maybe my knees. And then, I'm walking a little further and it goes a little higher. And about time it's at my waist, I'm like, okay, I need to get past where this huge wave is hitting so I can get out a little further, kind of beyond the waves. And so what happened is I was trying to time like this wave. My wife, we're together, like kind of walking in stride. Of course, I'm taller. And so I'm trying to time this wave because as the wave is coming, I am going to, again, go under the wave and then come up and I'll be beyond where the wave is really hitting the shore. So I made a huge miscalculation. And so when I went to like dive under the wave, I felt like my hamstring, my leg just pop because I couldn't see the undercurrent. And it just so happened that the undercurrent was hitting before what was happening on top of the water. And so there was this huge undercurrent, right? And it's like I hear my leg pop and I am underwater, you all. I am under the water. And like the disciples in the storm, I felt like I was about to drown. And so I heard myself like, or maybe in my head, I said, Tanisha, I hurt myself. I'm trying to tell her, but little do I know because I can't see, like the wave has taken her out as well. And so here we are, my wife and I. By the way, we were the two only African Americans on this beach. And we're being mollywopped, whooped, devastated, getting our butts nicked by these waves. And so people started to run towards like us to save us, right? And I can remember, I can hear like screaming and stuff. The light, I kind of see things, but I couldn't. And this older, probably was 70-year-old white man, or 70 plus maybe. He came, he jumped in the water, he grabbed me by the hand, and he was pulling me. You okay? You okay? You okay? You okay? And he got me out the water. I am limping. My leg is hurt. My wife, we have sand everywhere. sand in all of our pockets, sand in our hair, sand in our ears. I mean, that thing took us out, and we kind of was like, I was limping. She was sand in her eyes, her hair. I mean, we were a whole mess on that beach. I pray to God that that video never surfaces because we were a whole mess in Hawaii. And we get back to our seats, and this old couple, they had their we had like these chairs out at the beach, and they said, we saw what happened. Are y'all okay? And they were kind of smiling because obviously it was probably the funniest thing that they had ever seen. Because I couldn't see myself, but if that was happening to someone else, I would have cracked up because that wave whooped our tail and took us out. And the flood is coming, right? The waves were coming and they did not stop. And we thought that we can handle the wave because we saw kids navigating the wave, adult men and women. But the reality is that we could not handle the wave. We could not handle the flood. So tomorrow, I'm going to talk about the story of Noah and how and what happened that caused Noah to be a hero and to save the world versus the other people who died. Because the reality is there's always a flood coming. And if we're not prepared for the flood, we will pay for it sometimes with our lives. So that's what we're going to talk about, how the flood is coming. And some of us have already experienced some floods in our life. Relationship floods, financial floods, health floods, mental floods, job floods, church floods. You could run the gamut, go on and on and on. And if you're not ready when the flood comes, then you will be taken out. But you could be the hero in the story, the one that saves everyone else if you're ready. I had a flood in 2018, and you all know that. Some of y'all that have been around me. 3 grandparents lost 10-day span. Any of you that have lost parents or grandparents, you know that it's quite difficult to lose one. But for my wife and I to lose 3 in 10 days, that was a flood. And by the grace of God, but also, I believe to a degree, years of prayer, strengthening myself mentally, emotionally, I was able to survive that flood. And so tomorrow we're going to look at that. Like, how can we best get ready for the flood? The pandemic was a flood. The pandemic was a flood. And I guess the question becomes, could more people have been saved if we were better prepared for the flood? AI is a flood. And if we're not prepared for this artificial intelligence, people are going to die. They're all kind of floods. And you want to be the person in the flood that saves the world, not the person that's mocking someone that is preparing to save the world. And so, as promised, I told you that I was going to mention the inner circle. Here's the good news. I've been doing the inner circle for 4 years. I think this is the 5th year. We are near, like right near, having the most people ever in the inner circle. So I'm dancing in my spirit. I am dancing. So we have a 1-day retreat. It's going to be amazing. Again, I'm blown away by the number of people who have already joined the inner circle. And so we're closing the cart tomorrow. Some of you need to get in this inner circle to prepare yourself with us for the floods that are coming. And that's what the inner circle is about. that we get together and we work on ourselves and we strengthen ourselves. Last night I talked about aiming your prayer at you, aiming the prayer at you so that you can be stronger. And I'm going to break that thing down tomorrow, but I want to invite all of you tonight who have not joined the inner circle, sign up for the inner circle tonight. But then also, there are a few of you who, and this is a Holy Spirit thing, a God thing, who you're already in the inner circle and you know that there's somebody else that needs to be in. And so you need to be like, okay, I'm in this inner circle for 8 weeks, working on myself, strengthening myself with this group. Pastor Terrell he's the guide in the inner circle. I mean, I know him. I trust him. I've been around. You need to get into this. So over the years, we've heard different things that people have said as to why they are like hesitant about getting in the inner circle. Let me just go over a few and let me share some things with you. And I have to get finished quickly because I want Rodney to finish the video. All right. So someone says, okay, I would get in that inner circle. It's 2 months, but it might not work for me, right? Someone says that it might not work. Might not be better after the 8 weeks. It just might not work. I don't know if it works. I'm skeptical. It might not work. I remember the first time there's a guy by the name of Sam Chan. He does these, what they call a Porsche experience at the Porsche Center in Atlanta. He opens up about 60 to 100 seats, and it's a conference for leaders. And so I remember the first time hearing about it, and I think it's one coming up in 3 months or so. You can look it up online. It's like $1,000 for one day. And for me, I don't live in Atlanta, so it's $1,000 plus, food, hotel, rental car, all the things that go with travel. And I remember the first time getting invited to it and saying to myself, like, oh man, what if this? And what it was really fear of investing in myself. And I went and I got some life-changing information going back again because it worked. And for certain, it wouldn't have worked if I would have never tried. So for some of you that are saying this might not work, well, it definitely won't work if you don't try. And it will work if you get in here and you apply yourself, you come. It's going to be amazing. Number 2, it's got a couple more. Someone has said you looked at it, you thought about it. Like you looked at it, you clicked on it, you thought about it, you saw how much it cost, and you said, I've never spent that type of money on anything. And it's not true. And also, for some of you, maybe you can be a little bit more creative, because for me, I don't know about you all women, how much your hair costs to get done, but my barber charges me. He does a great job. I like him. I'm not tripping. $50 for a haircut. Not even including the tip. So when I have to go speak, or if I'm doing something, I just want to look nice, $50, not even a tip. But here's the thing. If something was happening where I needed to be creative, just won't get a haircut. Like my hair it is what it is now. Who freaking cares? If I have to sacrifice a few weeks to go without a haircut and put on a hat and do whatever, be creative, who cares? If it's something that's going to benefit me. So some of you, knock that excuse out the box. A couple more and I'm done. And this is real. People email us and they text us and they say, either I don't have the money or I don't have all the money. And, for some people, I've been there. Just don't have it. It's interesting. When some of you all know that my dog died recently. And Um, I shouldn't even tell you this, but I am. I'm already, as my pastor would say, I'm already out here. He says we're out here. So since we're already out here, let me finish the story. So a family member reached out and wanted to borrow some money. And we were like, my wife and I was like, no, like, I'm not going to give it to you. Don't have it. I'm not giving it to you. It's not that I didn't have it. We had it probably 100 times over what they wanted, at least. And so about a few days later, we found out that my dog was sick. And we went to the vet and they were like, okay, he needs all of these medications, all of these tests, X, Y, and Z. And we didn't even ask really how much it was going to cost. We just said, do whatever you got to do to save my dog. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say, it just depends on the level of desperation that you sense in the season for you, because some of you sense a strong desperation to work on you in this season like you've never done before. And some of you have never been in the inner circle. And this is your year, which leads me to my second, or my last point. I was gonna say second to last. Yes, Dorothy Bank, I wouldn't loan banks, I wouldn't loan them the money, but I was gonna say my dog. Some of you may say, and I've heard people say, I'll join next year. Here's the reality, and all the inner circle people can tell you this. One of my favorite movies is Rocky. In Rocky 3, Rocky gets beat by Mr. T. And his name is Clubber Lang in the movie. He gets beat. And now he's training to fight him again, but he's kind of lackadaisical and not doing, well in the gym. The feet is all in his head. It's messed him up. And he says to his trainer, he said, man, we're done for today. He said, let's just train tomorrow. And it's this classic line in Rocky that you can never forget, that I'll never forget. Apollo Creed looks at Rocky and says, there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. And then you hear like the beating on the desk. There is no tomorrow. And that thing shook Rocky up and began to wake him up. And that was the beginning of him kind of getting what in the movie they call the eye of the tiger. But it was that wake-up call for him, like, there is no tomorrow. And so for some of you all are saying, one day I'm going to join the inner circle, one day I'm going to get in. This thing used to be a year. We've accelerated it. It is 8 weeks. I already told those that are in the inner circle last year that I don't know what tomorrow holds, what next year holds. I just know now that we're about to get it in this inner circle, this community. We are about to dive deep, and it's going to be amazing. Somebody told me that I'm their mentor, their coach. They told me that they do something at their church on Tuesday nights, because we're doing this on Tuesday nights. It's kind of cold-blooded what I told them, but I told them. I said, if, God forbid, if you drop dead tomorrow, somebody else is going to be doing what you're going to be doing on those Tuesday nights. They do something every other Tuesday. And I said, you know how good this is. This has shifted your life. Pray about it. And she came back to me. She said, I got people to fill in for me for the next, 8 weeks, really 4 times. I'm going to be in this inner circle. I'm going to be present because this is transformational. So for all of you tonight, tomorrow's going to be incredible. The flood is coming. Prophetic warning. It's going to be amazing. I'm inviting you personally. Join the It Happened in Prayer Inner Circle tonight. Some of you to bring your prayer partners. We are just a few people away, and maybe you, from a record-breaking number of people in this inner circle. And I'm so geek to guide and to get going. So God bless you all. Lisa, welcome to the inner circle. So glad to have you. New to the circle. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Blessings to all of you. See you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. The flood is coming, but you can be prepared. You can save your world. All right. Love you all. Talk to you all tomorrow night. All right. Peace.